Hey everyone, welcome back to Casual Fridays with Exec Ed. So today I have a special guest, Peter Hyland, who is the Regional Director of Sistery, a multidisciplinary consultancy advising on urbanization and also city development. So Sistery is also a co-collaborator for this inclusive city making program that's happening this October. So thank you so much for joining us, Peter.
Thank you, Nora.
How's it going?
It's going very well.
It's a Friday.
It's a Friday in Singapore.
Yep.
A beautiful place to be.
The weather's fun. So we are along the Singapore River, which is the lifeline of Singapore for almost 200 years. And this has been the focal point for a lot of the trading activities for the island. So we have looked at a lot of issues whereby urbanization is now seen as a growing problem. But can we switch gears and see urbanization as a solution instead?
Absolutely, Nora. It's a very good point. I mean, there are challenges with urbanisation, but it does bring some very positive aspects. It brings economic growth, creates a greater number of jobs on diversity. It brings better standard of living for people, better, more efficient living. It brings better social integration, bringing together people of different races, cultures, religions, and it advances culture, science and technology through improvements in education. So there are challenges, but an example like Singapore is an example of a city that is doing it very well, and why it's held out as a bit of a case study of good city making.
All right. So one of the growing movements that we're seeing right now in the urban space is place making. So getting a lot of various different stakeholders to collectively reimagine and also reinvent public spaces. So Peter, tell me, how can we transform public spaces like this into places, and what makes a successful place?
Well, around the world, there's been a number of studies done on this now, and there are 4 key elements we've identified.
Okay.
One, great spaces are accessible, both
Alright.
visually and physically, so people can get to them and move around them easily. They're active. There are things happening, so people can participate or watch or do things, so they're active.
Alright.
They're comfortable, even in climates that are challenging. You have shade, you have seating. So they're places where people feel comfortable, and they're also social. They're places where you want to be and where you want to take friends or meet people there.
Okay.
So that makes great places.
So I would give the Singapore River, this district, actually one of a very good example on how the Singapore government has actually transformed a public space, which was pretty much like a warehouse around this whole area, into places.
Exactly. Great out. Great out.
So Peter, you know what? I think we should not underestimate the power and also the potential of places in rejuvenating and also transforming the cities and also the daily lives of people, the residents, the communities. So government, the people, and also maybe the private sectors to actually work together to create more inclusive cities, not only in Singapore but also around the world. So aside from placemaking, are there some emerging trends that we could see shaping the urban agenda in the next 5 to 10 years?
Yes, once again there are. The cities are going to be building for people, both in terms of the built product and also how they're planned for people.
Okay.
There's a growing trend on health and wellness, understanding how people's lives are impacted by cities, so preparing for that. There's going green, weaving nature into the city, which Singapore once again is a classic example of doing that. It's about preparing for climate change, building resilience into our cities, understanding the impact that's going to have in the future. And also, obviously, we're dealing with the sharing economy.
Yep.
What's that going to mean for our areas of mobility, our areas of living, our areas of working? So these are some of the trends that are impacting urbanisation now.
Okay, so we're not only just looking at economic prosperity that cities can build, but also social prosperity and also environmental sustainability in the next years and decades to come. So thank you so much, Peter, for joining us today.
A pleasure. It's always a pleasure.
You know what? We're going to grab lunch. It's a Friday. The sun is coming up, so we'll catch you in the next episode of Casual Fridays with Exec Ed. Bye!
Bye.